Hi, I'm Kate Hahn with TV Insider, speaking with the cast of Super Pumped, the new Showtime drama that tells the story of Uber CEO and founder Travis Kalanick's rise and fall. Hi, I'm Kate Hahn with TV Insider, and we're speaking with Joseph Gordon-Levitt about his role in Showtime's Super Pumped.
I'm Travis Kalanick, and I will never back down from a fight. And if no one wants to believe in me, I'll make them believe by being undeniable.
Hi, Joseph.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, so you play Travis Kalanick, who founded Uber. He's the CEO and founder. What was it about this young man that allowed him to create something that would change all our lives so much with Uber?
It's a great question, and there really are two sides of this character, Travis Kalanick, and I wanted to play both of them. If you read his press, a lot of what you see is some questionable decisions, some arguably unethical behavior, and this show shows that stuff unflinchingly. But I don't think it's right to judge a person. You can judge their actions without judging a person. And all of us humans have strengths and weaknesses. And I was really keen to understand, what are his strengths? Why was he so successful? And so I went beyond the journalism and spoke to a whole bunch of people that worked closely with him, and heard that a lot of people really liked him a lot and found him very inspiring and very intense, but like a really high energy that was quite compelling. And so I wanted to bring all of that together into this performance, and it was fun to do and hopefully fun to watch.
It is fun to watch, even though a lot of it takes place in offices and boardrooms. It kind of moves like a thriller. It moves really quickly. There's a lot of tension, and a lot of that tension comes between Travis and Kyle Chandler's character, Bill Gurley, who's one of the early investors. Tell me about their relationship.
Yeah, so Bill Gurley is in a sense, he plays a lot of roles. In a way, he's not quite Travis's boss, but he's a certain authority because he's got the keys to the purse. And then he becomes a sort of a Jiminy Cricket conscience, saying like, hey, you can't do these things. And by the time Bill Gurley says no to Travis, Travis is unwilling to hear no from anybody. And when you surround yourself with only people who will say yes, you start to lose your mind. and that's what you see in this show.
And the one character who seems to calm him down a bit is Ariana Huffington, played by Uma Thurman. Can you talk about their relationship?
Well, first of all, let me just say I've been such an adoring fan of Uma Thurman's ever since Pulp Fiction, and this was a true dream come true, getting to act with her. I would have these euphoric moments just sitting across from her, looking at her and acting with her. Just, this is happening. But she nails this role so hard. Ariana Huffington is quite different from Uma Thurman, and Uma just went so deep, nailed her accent, and her whole way of being. I love Uma's performance, and she had so much fun with it. I would watch a whole show of just this character. You play Ariana Huffington, and oh my gosh, you just nail her. What did you do to prepare to play Ariana Huffington?
Well, first of all, I had a healthy amount of anxiety. So I took the task on with respect. And I kind of assumed I wouldn't be able to do it. In fact, I was very nervous I wouldn't. But I listened to her. I listened to her for hours and hours. I listened to her being interviewed, interviewing others, presenting stuff on, her different books and topics and businesses and TED Talk style. So prepared speech, unprepared speech. I just listened to her for a very, very long time. That, to me, that's kind of how you understand someone, or get a feel, an intuitive understanding of them, is just through the old-fashioned listen.
And she comes in episode 4 and she shakes things up, but sort of in a gentle way. Can you talk about her relationship with Travis, played by Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Well, her relationship with Travis, she meets this sort of young, brilliant, totally enthusiastic person. And I don't know because I didn't ask her, but I think that, she's a very incredibly high IQ, imaginative, creative thinker. and would have found him certainly in the very beginning as an inspiration in the very beginning. And she then seeks to try to help him calm himself, control himself, learn about himself. She tries to sort of mentor him, I think, in a lot of ways.
Well, when she walks into that boardroom, she gets some mixed reactions. Going forward, what is her relationship with Gurley, Kyle Chandler's character?
I mean, they end up in they seem to have a kind of combative relationship in which they, I think, somehow learned to respect each other very much. But she definitely disrupted, the dynamic of the mano a mano power struggle that was going on between the two men.
Hi, Kyle. Thanks so much for speaking with me today about playing Bill Gurley in Super Pumped. So he is kind of the voice of reason in this boardroom. Tell us about what he really wants from Uber.
He wants success from Uber. He wants Travis to be successful. He wants the company to be successful. He wants his investors to be successful. And we don't dwell on that too much because everything that he deals with in the show is an uphill battle. It just from the get-go, there's obstacle after obstacle after obstacle. And that's the greatest thing an actor can have. So that's what makes the show so much fun for me, portraying this character.
It is a fun show, and even though there are a lot of boardroom scenes around a big table, it almost plays like an action movie. There's so much at stake. It's so tense. Tell us about some of the obstacles that come up for your character.
Well, I mean, there are obstacles aplenty, and most of them deal with Travis and how he's running the company and the decisions that he's making. Behind the scenes, in front of the scenes, his personality, and at least within the show, the personality that my Bill Gurley could not have imagined that was there. When that personality is unleashed, it is a force to be reckoned with, and there are certain things that have to take place that my Bill Gurley had never dealt with before. And has to think very clearly on, if he follows forward with certain decisions, how they're going to affect not just the company, not just his reputation, but, and this is the best part about it, is how they're going to affect, if you will, his soul. I think my Bill Gurley, and I believe the real one too, I'm imagining, is the type of fellow who does have a very healthy conscience. And so that's the fun of playing all of this.
Super Pumped premieres on Showtime Sunday, February 27th. For more insider videos like this, hit subscribe.